Hi everyone, as promised, here's the video on a somewhat overview step by step of what I made here. I call this the focus bar. It's the display you see here attached on my main monitor. It's not like directly attached. I kind of just have it balancing on top, but I do plan on creating something that will attach it officially to the monitor and hopefully even to the bottom or to the sides. But here is just another separate display that I bought, and it has 8 customizable tickers. And I have like the SPY, the Dow running through them, and it alternates through all 8 tickers, the first 4, and then rotates to the next 4. And then it's also pulling and scanning for live news. I have different RSS feeds that are set in the code, and it's pulling from different websites or RSS feeds. So when there is breaking news, it will come across the screen and and display it. And in another feature, I'm going to actually have this read the breaking news out loud to you, which is pretty cool. But yeah, and then a lot of the software, I'm not going to go too much over the software, like how I made the app, because I used Claude AI, and all I did was really enter prompts like make me a ticker like program or stock ticker program. I want it kind of like to go across, and basically just like, I'm not a coder at all. I don't have any experience in engineering, software engineering. So if I could do it, you guys could do it. Just use Claude AI to ask you to make like what kind of app you wanted to make, and it'll spit out the code. But you could see here too, the breaking news came across the screen, comes a little slower. And yeah, and when it's done, it'll go away and it'll go back to the ticker program. And what I'll show you next now is the sticky notes that I made. So it's like a separate program within the same display monitor. And I'm using the Raspberry Pi 2 as well. I'll show you right now a bit. It's under the computer. But yeah, the sticky notes are there. It's digital sticky notes, super customizable, and just a lot prettier than what you would normally see, instead of the paper sticky notes, and it's kind of fun too. And under here, the monitor, you'll see this is how I'm powering the display. I'm using and also just the program that it's running on is a Raspberry Pi 2. I did actually update it recently, though, to a Raspberry Pi 5. Here is the display that I bought off Amazon. It's a 11.2-inch display. It's kind of the size that I really want. I might go a little bigger, but I love that it's like a low profile, kind of thin looking display. I actually might go even more advanced and actually get a custom display, but we'll see about that. But it has 2 ports, which is just a HDMI, mini HDMI, and a USB-C for power charging. And that's how you that's how you would power on the display. And then here's the Raspberry Pi 2 that I had originally bought for the first prototype. And my first YouTube video, this is what it's running on. And it's done really well. It got me pretty far in terms of like the apps and the programs that I was coding with. It has the power cable, SD card slot. It has a mini HDMI port as well, and I think that's it. I think it was like two mini HDMI ports. And then here's the Raspberry Pi 5. It's in the case, so you can't really see it. But I would recommend buying a case for whatever Raspberry you end up getting, because I think I messed up the Raspberry Pi 2 by static, maybe through my clothes, and it's kind of fried and it's not turning on anymore. So I bought a case for this Raspberry Pi 5. It has more ports to it, and has has like 4 USB and Ethernet on their ports. So much more beefy. I included like a mini fan in there that came with the case. Much needed, because sometimes I'm asking for a lot and it can get hot. So I definitely don't want it to break or shut down on me and last a little longer. I also have the SD card that y'all need, and I bought and that's a micro SD card, by the way. And most computers don't have micro SD slots, so I bought this USB adapter for the micro SD cards, and you can see there's like 2 slots for a regular SD card and then for a micro one. And this is pretty much you'll need in terms of hardware. A lot of them come with some wires. You might need like a mini HDMI to HDMI, or HDMI to HDMI, or it really depends on what Raspberry you have. So I would double check that. But the display itself is a mini HDMI. It actually says HDMI on Amazon, but that's wrong. Really annoying. It is a mini HDMI. And the Raspberry Pi 5 uses a micro HDMI, and then the Raspberry Pi 2 uses a mini HDMI. God knows I had such a big headache trying to figure out what HDMI cables to order or have. And now I have almost all of them because I just didn't want to chance it and just bought all of them. And yeah, so I'm saving you a headache from there. You can, if you still want to be careful, you can comment below or message me and like, hey, I'm going to get this Raspberry Pi. What wire should I get, or what HDMI cable should I get? And I'll let you know. But yeah, you can see here, this is a micro HDMI that plugs into the Raspberry Pi 5. And yeah, it's a pretty solid case. It was easy to put together. I'm going to put another video out soon that's kind of like an ASMR, how I built the Raspberry Pi 5 with the case, or how I put it together. So that's going to be a cool video. But overall, yeah, these are all the hardware parts you'll need. And I'll in the description, I'll put like links to where you can buy these certain items. Or if you want to venture out and buy something a little different. And lastly, for software, you're going to need some Python. Again, I use Claude AI, right, to help me, but programs you'll need is Python. You'll need PuTTY, because PuTTY is that's how you code into the Raspberry. And then VS Code possibly, that's optional. And then Angry IP, which helps you find your IP to the Raspberry. And that's pretty much it. So again, I didn't go too much over the software part, but if you need help, you have questions, leave a comment below and I'll help you on the software part. If people are actually interested, maybe we'll make another video going more in detail. But thanks for watching.